All right. Hello, welcome to the Addicts Anonymous podcast. I'm your host, Jim R. Today is episode 88, and we're going to be interviewing Josie W. How are you doing today, Josie?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So let's talk about growing up. We're going to, like I say, get the party started here and dive in about your childhood. Tell me about growing up.
Um, I mean, I grew up pretty much just, you know, alone a lot and stuff. Had no friends really, and my parents, they worked a lot, but they were addicts and stuff, but yeah.
Looking back, do you think there was a reason you didn't have friends?
Uh, Probably because I didn't get along with them. Like, I guess I wasn't a people person,
Yeah.
or yeah.
So how was that when you were in school? How did that affect you?
It made me pretty sad, lonely. That's
At
about it.
at what age did you recognize that you felt different?
Um, Probably around like 6.
Very young.
Yeah.
You remember that far back?
Well, since I got clean, I started remembering a lot of stuff I didn't want to remember.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Same thing happened with me. That's what us addicts do. We repress stuff.
Huh?
I said that's what us addicts do. We repress stuff.
Yeah.
So, what was it like in school?
Um,
Did you do good in school or no?
I mean, I was in resource, so I was pretty much the kid that wasn't around many people, or, I don't know, I didn't like to be around a lot of people. I still don't.
So,
But I don't know how to say it. Like, I mean, I was doing good. I was really good still, I was a good kid and all this and that. And then it got up to like high school that my best friend like started talking about these drugs and stuff. And I just did it to fit in, like weed and all that. And then it went to pills. Yeah.
so what age were you when you first started smoking weed?
I think I was a freshman. I was like 15.
Okay. How long did you smoke weed for before you started taking pills?
Mm, Probably like a half a year.
Wow, that's short. 6 months, you go right from, because I mean, I consider weed to be like, like a soft drug. To me, it's like close to the same thing as nicotine. They both do the same thing pretty much.
I
Except,
mean,
weed I don't think kills you, but I don't know.
we don't really give me the same effect that it used to. I don't know why.
So once you started doing the drugs, how did it affect you? What did it, actually, it's a good question. What did it feel like when you first did it?
Um, when I first did it, I was dating my childhood friend, and she was into drugs and everything, and I just got out of the mental hospital for the first time. I was really sick and stuff. Like I had a lot of mental problems, and she wanted pills and she wanted weed, and whenever I did it, it really made my mental problems come out worse. Like I started crying for no reason, like because I have really bad depression, and you know,
So what led you going into the mental hospital?
I tried to attempt suicide.
What made you want to do that?
Um, well, growing up, I really never had like a boyfriend or a date. And whenever I was in high school, some guy stood me up that I really liked, and he made fun of me and all that. And it made me feel like you know it was the end of the world because you know I was young. I didn't think things would happen like that.
So this was over not feeling, what's the word, wanted or attracted to?
Yeah, um like he just stood me up, and then we were dating. I thought we were dating, and then he just wanted sex, and that was it. And then he made fun of me at school, and you know it was really hard to concentrate being in going back to school and him telling other people about what we did, and I didn't tell nobody, and it just felt like I was not treated the way I should have been treated.
So you guys had sex.
Yeah.
How old were you the first time you had sex?
I was 15, but I also told him I loved him, and then he said that he was in love with his ex, and I go, I just love you as a friend. But I was really just dumb back then.
Weren't we all?
Yeah.
We were all kids once. We all made stupid decisions. At least I did. And I know a lot of people who also in the same boat.
Yeah.
So did you like it the first time you used it?
Drugs?
Yeah, the first time you ever touched anything, was it like an instant high? Because I know I think I asked you this, but
I mean, it felt good, but then, like, inside, like, I just felt, like, trapped, I guess. I felt like, you know, just since I have depression and stuff, it just doing drugs just make it worse for me. It makes me just crazier, I guess.
yeah, so I was gonna say, I know you said that before because I asked you this before, but what I meant, I should have rephrased my question, was what exactly did it do to make you crazy? What, like for me, I'm bipolar, so some things might make me go manic, some things might make me go depressing into the depression. You know what I mean? So what happened with you that you quote unquote call crazy?
I mean, I seen something like that really like changed my life. It was like I was having these dreams that I'd wake up from, and I thought my brother like he overdosed in my dream, and I was telling my mom about it, and then I didn't talk about it for a week later. And then she told me about that dream I had, and she said that his best friend killed himself, and I had a dream about my brother killing himself. So it kind of made me a little bit, I don't know, it was just weird.
So you think those dreams were part of you being crazy?
Yeah.
Well, I think so. I mean, because dreams are dreams. A lot of people have dreams that don't make sense or dreams that are odd to anyone that may not understand. But it doesn't make it crazy, I don't think.
Well, I had a dream whenever I was sober, and I woke up from that one too, and then weeks went on, I got high, and it was the exact same dream, like exactly the same. So I was literally just high while I was asleep, but I was sober. It just makes no sense.
Understood.
Yeah, that's why I feel crazy, cause like just these weird things are happening to me, and I don't know if it's I don't know.
So what's like once you graduate high school? Because did you graduate high school?
No, I dipped out instead of dropped out.
Get that, huh?
Yeah,
What
I
year
don't.
did you do that?
It was freshman, around about the time where I attempted suicide, cause I didn't want people to know about my personal life. I didn't, I just, but I don't believe in education for me, cause my sister, the only sibling that's actually went through college and got her own place, and she's dumb as shit.
Well, shouldn't that make you want to go to college and make it nice and easy?
And I, oh,
Yeah, that's one thing I also ask myself. So I'm in the same boat. So you don't believe in education. Are you able to get jobs once you graduate? Oh, I apologize. Once you don't graduate high school?
I mean,
Actually, you know what? Before I ask you about jobs, did you ever consider getting a GED?
um, yeah, I have, but I don't know. I don't want to do it.
So now I'm gonna ask, does it affect your work or jobs?
I mean, there's some good jobs here where I moved at, and I mean, I live with my parents, so you know, I mean,
So does that mean you don't need a job?
I have a job. I have two jobs actually, but
Well,
I got fired.
That's what I'm asking. If it's easy to get jobs, or if it's not easy. So you have a job?
Yeah, I got a job.
What do you do?
It's Mary Kay. It's like selling products and stuff online and everything.
Okay.
But then my aunt, she's gonna pay me to do garden work. So that's
Okay. You enjoy garden work?
oh yeah.
It could be relaxing. I used to have a lot of plants. I just moved into a new place thinking about getting some. But so that helps. That's something now about your addiction. Where does your addiction come in throughout all this?
Um, like what do you mean? Like
At what age do you think it took over?
uh probably 15.
Is when you were like physically and mentally addicted.
Yeah, that's whenever I just like started having mental problems, I started using. I think it was called like self medicated.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. What type of drugs were you taking exactly?
Pills and weed.
Still using just pills and weed?
No,
No, no, yeah, you said you're just using pills and weed.
no, not now.
No, no, not now. I'm saying back then.
Oh yeah.
So, did you ever do anything beyond that?
When I turned 18, I was buying some weed and I did meth.
What made you want to try that?
Um, I just wanted to try it. I never did it, so I was just curious.
You didn't think it was dangerous?
I mean, at that time in my life, I don't think I really cared what was dangerous. I think I was just really, you know, just didn't care.
And why exactly didn't you care?
Mm, I mean, I just had my kid, and I was, getting mentally more sick. So I was just in that hole where I just wanted to keep digging deeper. I didn't want to crawl out of it.
At what age did you have your first child?
Uh, I was 17 when I was pregnant with her, but I turned 18 when she was born.
Okay. So you were 18.
Huh?
No, I just said so you were 18. So
Yeah.
how was that? So when you were pregnant, were you using?
No.
So you were able to quit.
Yeah.
Did you go back to it once you were done having the baby?
I was just smoking weed at that point whenever like I had her, but then whenever I was buying weed and someone told me about crystal meth, I was like, sure. And then I gave my kid over to my parents because I knew what was gonna happen.
You mean you were gonna when you knew you were gonna use the drugs?
Yeah.
And when you say you gave your grandmother the kids, was that like permanent or was it just like to babysit?
Permanent. I gave custody over to my parents.
That's a heavy thing.
Yeah. I never wanted a kid. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was just going through a lot, and I didn't want to take her with me and everything, and I was going really crazy. Like I did call the cops on myself whenever I did meth because my reality was pretty bad because the person I had a kid with I was loyal to for like 4 years. Um he got another girl pregnant and said he was leaving me, so I called the cops on myself when I was really high and went in the mental hospital.
What led you into the mental hospital? What did you think about doing?
Either killing them or killing myself, but I was just freaking out at that point. I was just, when I was really high, everybody around me were so wrong. Like I knew how they were, like they were just not my friends and everything. They were just like saying all this crazy crap and not understanding what was happening in my real life. And it just, I needed to get away from all of it. So I just called the cops and they just took me in the mental hospital.
What was it like in the mental hospital? Like once you got there, how did they handle you?
Um, at first they had to give me a shot because I was in mental hospitals a lot, but when I just wanted to go to jail at that point. I didn't really want to go to the hospital. I didn't know what I wanted really. I just wanted to get away, but mental hospitals, since I was in them a lot growing up, I didn't want to go back to them.
They were bad?
I mean, the people when I first went into one, um, this girl like hugged me and said, "You're my girlfriend now." And I told one of the nurses that worked there that she touched me, and they tried to make it what seemed like a bigger thing because she came up. I didn't want her to touch me or anything, but when she hugged me, they made it sound like it was worse than what it was. They said that, "Did she touch you like right here?" Like they made it worse, you know. They try to twist my words around.
And that was in. So you thought it was going to be better in jail, the situation?
Yeah.
That's crazy that I'm not rehab, that a mental hospital could be that bad. So did you know it was that bad, or the cops took you there and this was like the first time? Because you said you were there a few times, right?
mm, I think so. Yeah, for like trespassing and um being drunk in public, pretty much domestic.
Oh, you're talking about your police record.
Yeah.
So what kind of thing? So that this doesn't affect any of your work or jobs, huh? They don't mind any of this.
Um. No. I mean, it was a long time ago.
Yeah. And I guess they don't know unless you tell them. Like me, I'm open at my job about things.
Yeah.
So what do you do to stay sober?
Um. Well, I was in a 5-year relationship and I got out of it a month ago. And it was me and the person I was with were using, and I wanted to stop. And whenever I used to try to stop and he would get high, I would get high because I was mad. But now that whenever he uses, I don't use. And I just got really tired of, you know, going through being around people on drugs or being on drugs and hearing the same thing over and over. It's just I just, you know, last year I volunteered to go into the mental hospital because I was going to get a rope and sleeping pills and end my life because I had a plan and I told them I didn't want to die. So I was kind of like at my lowest point in my life. So I wanted to get sober and, you know, make my life a lot better because I was tired of feeling like shit.
Yeah. So what do you actually do to recover? Do you use a program or do you go to meetings or anything like that? Or did you just do it all yourself?
I just do it all myself.
So you just stopped using drugs, and did you go through withdrawal?
Mm, it's been since September, so I
When you
really,
first did it, when you first quit, you went through withdrawals, right?
I don't really remember.
Oh, okay. So what's life like now moving forward? What are your plans? What do you want to do?
Mm,
Do you have
well,
any goals?
I moved away from where, I was raised up at, and we moved like 3 hours away. So I don't know many people, but I try to, just stay in my little circle. And my mom's sick, she has cancer. So I try to help around the house and, you know, um, uh, let's see here. I'm just trying to rebuild my life, you know, try to be, I'm changing, but I'm still going to be myself. So, I'm trying to control my emotions, my anger, and I'm still trying to control that. But I do plan on, getting a car, getting a place. But right now, I'm planning on doing a garden this summer. So,
That's good. That's great.
yeah.
So my
My
last question. Oh no, you go. What were you gonna say?
I was about to say, my cat had her kittens.
Oh, that's great. I love
Yeah,
kittens. I
I
love
do.
cats. Yeah, I love cats and dogs, all types of animals. I have two cats myself. Um, but yeah, the last question I have for you is, do you have any advice for anyone watching or listening?
Hmm. Not good at giving advices, but I guess be strong and don't let people don't let anyone ruin your life or let yourself ruin it.
That's good advice. Don't worry about people. Don't let them ruin your. No, that's good advice.
Yeah.
So I hope you had a good time today. It's good interviewing you. How do you feel?
I feel okay.
Okay, that's great. So for anyone watching and listening, I just want to tell you, if you like what you heard or saw, go below and click subscribe. Also check us out on Reddit, Twitter, Instagram. You can go to our Facebook group. We have a lot of resources available. You can also check us out at our events tab there on the Facebook group, and you'll see that we have nightly Zoom meetings. And that's all I have for today. So until next time.